Good evening, everyone. This is your evening news recap, your night in the news podcast on all the news that I come across throughout the day, giving you my take as somebody who aspires to be a politician in the near future. Hopefully, all you guys are doing wonderful. Hopefully, all you guys are doing well. Today is November 21st, and it is Friday. Hopefully, all you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thanksgiving break is all also here. If you are in school, of course. So, hopefully, all you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving break as well. If you're new here, though, please consider subscribing. All the support would be greatly appreciated as we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by next summer. And if you're on Substack, please also consider subscribing as well. All the support would be greatly appreciated as this is a user-supported channel and all the support is truly, truly appreciated in helping me buy my groceries and things like that. With that being said, though, let's get into the news from today. Moving on into the Trump administration segment, as we do, the first topic we have today is Trump has given Ukraine an ultimatum. The Trump administration is pressuring Ukraine to accept a peace deal with Russia in 1 week or lose military support and intelligence from the United States. The Trump administration wants Ukraine to sign a basic term by Tuesday, a huge and very forceful escalation. One source told Reuters, they want to stop the war and they want Ukraine to pay the price. This does not shock me to hear, as unfortunate as it is. I think at the end of the day, Ukraine is probably going to get taken advantage of. As dumb as that is, and as much as it shouldn't happen at all, it's just going to have to be the case at this point. Excuse me, sorry. Um, I just really don't see that being how it goes. Unless something happens and Russia gets their shit rocked by a bunch of other countries, I really just don't see anything happening anytime soon. And I think if it's gonna happen and if Ukraine is gonna have to crumble, I would not be shocked. I mean, this war has gone on for longer than enough. And of course it's not great for Ukraine to lose at all. I've said very frequently that I believe Ukraine has won this war. Russia has not been able to win. They would have won it a long time ago if they were actually successful. And we'll see how it goes. But unfortunately, that is just not the case. And I unfortunately do not think Ukraine is going to be in a successful position or put in a successful position. In other news, Trump is embracing Zoran Mamdani. Trump is embracing Zoran Mamdani after they met in the Oval Office today, and a very interesting event as Trump seemingly loved Mamdani as they met together. Trump said he would feel very comfortable living under Mamdani, saying, yeah, I would. I really would, especially after the meeting. Absolutely. Trump said, we agree on a lot more than I would have thought. He said Mamdani would surprise conservatives, saying, he's got views, a little out there, but who knows? I mean, we're going to see what works. We're also going to change. We all change. I change a lot. Some of my views have changed. We've had discussions on something, and we're going to discuss that and what they were. But I feel very confident that he can do a very good job. He went on to say, I think he's going to surprise some conservative people, actually. This is really interesting. It's not at all what I expected either from this meeting. Trump really took a liking to Zoran by the looks of it. I thought Zoran was going to get the Zelensky treatment, be yelled at, be screamed out of the Oval Office. But he got like the exact opposite from Trump, which is really, really odd and really, really interesting. If Zoran really had an impact on Trump, I'd be shocked, but I hope he does get support. Um, you know, Outside of how, interesting and horrific this administration is. I hope he gets support from the current administration and gets funding in New York City because, he could use it. He really could at the end of the day. And, now that he's the mayor of the city, they should probably cooperate with him as well because it's arguably the most influential city in the entire country. Zoran being successful, of course, is a big deal. And I'm excited to see him get to work. I'm excited to see him get to do what he does. And I hope it plays out well for him. In other news, Trump let Zoran Mamdani call him a fascist as well. An interesting clip has blown up online where a reporter asked Zoran Mamdani, the, of course, New York City mayoral-elect, if he stood by calling Trump a fascist. In the clip, Mamdani went to answer, but Trump interjected, it's okay, you can just say yes. That's easier. It's easier than explaining. I don't mind. This is absolutely wild. I mean, Trump really just said, I don't care. Call me a fascist. Like, that is insane, especially as the United States president sitting there at the desk of the Oval Office. Trump kind of glazed Mamdani a lot throughout this entire meeting, and it was really weird to see. I wonder what Mamdani said to Trump and behind closed doors. But unironically, Trump really treated Zoran like better than any establishment Democrat has ever treated Zoran, really. And but whether it's because he's somewhat of an outsider or whatever it is, uh, it was interesting to see. It was definitely an interesting display, and hopefully we see some positive cooperation when it comes to leading New York City. In other news, the FBI is spying on immigration activists. The FBI has been caught spying on a group chat for human rights activists. The FBI were looking to plan a counter watch effort, or the activists, sorry, were looking to plan a counter watch effort in New York City going on this spring. Um, the statement from the FBI and the NYPD called them anarchist, violent, extremist actors. Keep in mind, these people were just trying to watch ICE and stand outside of court buildings. These people were planning to protest ICE and document courthouse activities with recent ICE appearances at courthouses. This does not shock me at all. I'm going to be completely honest, and I'm sure we'll hear more stories like this blowing out these people over proportions. It was likely another protest group speaking out against ICE, which is a great thing to do and a great thing to hear. Yet the FBI targets them and brandishes them as horrible people when that's really not the case. It's a horrific display of what the FBI does time and time again. And hopefully it's something that we can deter from and something we can change. In other news, moving on into our final topic for tonight, the Coast Guard has reversed that policy that allowed swastikas and nooses to be brandished. The Coast Guard has very quickly reversed a policy allowing swastikas and nooses to be brandished following large amounts of criticisms after they enacted new harassment guidelines, or plans to enact new harassment guidelines for December, labeling them as potentially divisive. The Coast Guard said it was unclear who had directed this attempt to reclassify these symbols, which is a very interesting claim, but we'll see how that one goes. I thought my microphone turned off, but we're good. Anyways, this is really interesting. I'm glad they reversed this policy, but I don't know how you allow something like that to happen in the first place, and to retract it back saying, "Yeah, we don't know who did this. We don't know how this happened," is wild. I mean, it really is. Come on, especially with the current state of our country, especially with our current government being the most incompetent one of all time. I mean, the lack of awareness is really sad. There's no way we didn't notice this. It's insane that we did. Um, uh, I'm not even shocked at this point. I really am not. Uh, but come on, guys, come on. Can we lock in here? Can we be successful as a country, and can we not be an embarrassment on the national stage and on the world stage for 1 week? Genuinely, what are we doing here? With that being said, though, thank you everyone for watching today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. It has definitely been a very interesting day in the news world, but we keep moving, we keep grooving. Thanksgiving break is coming up. I have preparation for finals. Essentially, that's what I'm doing. I have the week off, of course, and I'm just going to keep preparing for finals, keep doing homework, keep chipping at my math. I hate math, but we're gonna make it through. Outside of that, though, we'll see how it goes. I'm, I have video ideas and I want to make some extra videos, but I don't think Thanksgiving break is going to be the time. Um, but maybe over Christmas, I have about 2 months off, so I might prepare a little bit of string of videos for a little mini series to give myself some extra time off on the weekends. This is not me confirming anything, just throwing out ideas. This is a podcast, I guess, so I can really talk about whatever I want to drag it on. Um, Outside of that, though, hopefully all you guys are doing well. We're gonna close it out here. If you guys are doing well, let me know in the comment section down below. You guys have any plans for Thanksgiving? Let me know as well. I'm not doing much. I'm in a completely different state from where I normally am at. So, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. All the support would be greatly appreciated. As mentioned, we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. All the support would be greatly appreciated. And if you're on Substack, please also consider subscribing as well. I would really, really appreciate it. Those who do paid subscriptions get random little papers from me, and it's a great way to support the channel. It's like $8 a month. I would really appreciate all the support. This is a viewer supported channel, so I really appreciate it. Outside of that, though, like share the channel. All that support is greatly appreciated, and I will see you all tomorrow.